Hello guys, and welcome back to the MR2 build. So this video is going to be a bit different to the usual videos I upload. This video is going to solely just focus on the radiator fan switch, the MR2. Now I was going to include a few more parts into this video, such as a speedo, maybe installing the speakers and the new sound system. However, I think with this being such a common problem and there not being that much information out there about these, people might stumble onto this video just for the sole purpose of fixing or trying to fix the issue with the fans, and they might not be interested in the rest of the build. So I'll just focus this video on the radiator fan switch, and in the next part we'll get back to the usual videos. Yeah, so firstly, the position of the switch. So if you're looking at your car face on, your radiator is obviously at the front. If you go into your car and look up behind the radiator, on your left hand side towards the top, you will see this screwed into the top of the radiator. Quite simply, just remove the plug and get yourself a 19 or 21mm socket on there and just unscrew it and it'll come straight out. And this will give you your radiator fan switch. So the radiator fan switch for the MR2. Common problem with the MR2, they do fail quite a bit. When they fail, you tend to find that your front fans will come on full speed and won't turn off. The reason is because this needs to be a closed circuit. Once this is a closed circuit, the fans will not come on. When the circuit is opened, the fans will come on. This, if you test it, will read that it is actually open, which is where the fans are on full speed. When you get a replacement sensor, you can test that and you'll find out that it's actually a closed circuit. Now, there's a few ways to test this, and one being is the plug that you remove from the rear of the switch. You can actually jump it. So there's two pins at the back, which means that the plug you obviously pull off is going to have two pins. Get yourself a paper clip, a bit of wire, something as simple as this, anything really. I think I basically use the paper clip style tool from the diagnostic part. You just literally push that in place and jump the plug, and if the fans turn off, this is a culprit. If the fans still stay on, there's something else wrong with your system, but generally this will fix it. This will actually turn the fans off. If that does turn the fans off, then you will need to get yourself a new switch. So that is a way of testing at the plug. But if you just want to double check that your switch is actually a fault, there's a few ways you can test it. One being, you have your switch out. These here are just some extension wires, just so it makes it easier, because these prongs are quite chunky and they both won't fit in at the same time. So I've just literally run some wire from the connectors to my prongs of my multimeter. So basically, how you can check it is set your multimeter ohms and have a look. As you can see here, this is an open circuit. It should be a closed circuit. You should have zeros across here. So that's saying that there's something not connected inside here, which is basically making an open circuit. You can also check for continuity. So if you change it to the continuity symbol, as you can see, there's no tone. Now, if we had a working sensor, this would have a high pitched tone going through, because it's a connection. It's a joined connection. So that is what you would expect to see if your switch was perfectly fine. Likewise, put it back to ohms. We have an open circuit because it's not actually attached or anything. If we close that circuit, as you can see there, you get the zeros. So as you can see, the switch is completely broke. So another way you can test your switch, if you really want to make sure it is faulty, is doing the same principle. So I mean, you can either put it onto the continuity and you'll have a high pitched tone, or you can put it onto ohms and you should have open circuit. Once you connect up your switch with these two connections here, you could hover it over a pan of boiling water, put it on a boil, and that should, on a working switch, that will say 000. When the switch gets to temp, I'm not too sure what the temp is on these cars, could be 95 degrees, but when it gets to temp, that will then change to open circuit. Okay, so this is my brand new switch. It looks a little different. It's basically the same thing. It's a bit longer at each end, but I've checked online and it is the right one for my car. So there is two different variations you can get of these. These are the early model connections, and the ones after this have a much smaller, more modern plug. And the part numbers I'll put on screens. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'll put them on screen right now for you. But basically you have an AC and a non-AC car. So you pick if yours is the early model MR2 or the late model MR2, and then also make sure you pick the right one for AC or non-AC. In my case, my car doesn't have AC, so this is the early model 1991 non-AC radiator fan switch. And this is the one I picked up. It wasn't much, I think it was about £12. For those of you who are wondering, I've did a lot of electrical work in this car, and these are actually just the connections from the actual harness, and they fit perfectly inside. It's quite tricky to get a wire inside here, or two prongs, unless you've got quite narrow prongs. So these slide perfectly over the pins, and it just makes it a bit easier for me to test. See, I've got the new switch with the extension on, and these just go to my probes, which go to the multimeter. As you can see, we've got a closed circuit. If we open it up, it's an open circuit, so that is proven that the switch is fully functional. So the minute the switch is closed, which means there's the current flowing through, there's no break at all, it's a closed circuit, so the fans will not be coming on. Once this gets to a certain temperature, as shown in the video that I'm overlaying right now with a boiling pan of hot water, when it gets to temp, when the radiators get to temp, this switch, this temp switch, will then switch over and make it an open circuit. And once it's an open circuit, such as this, the fans will come on, which is the issue you get with your switch. So when this fails, that isn't actually happening. And what's happening with this one is basically it's open all the time, it won't close, so the fans are just on. So something inside's obviously broke, just wear and tear, I guess. I mean, this could potentially be from 1991, so you know, you can't complain too much, I guess. But quite simply, swapping this out will then fix the problem with the front fans. There you go, guys. So I'm happy with that. I've just installed the switch and it's working perfectly fine. I've tested it. I'm very happy. So nice, quick, simple, easy fix, easy to diagnose, easy to replace, easy to repair. So we'll call that done, and I'm going to move on to the next part of the build in the next video. Like I said, this video was just a short video just to cover this common issue with the MR2. A lot of people seem to encounter this, myself included, and hopefully this video has been helpful for some people. If it has, please do like, comment and subscribe. As I said at the beginning, I am actually working on an MR2. It's still a Mans edition. It's been modified, body kit and such, and it was in pretty much rough condition when I got it, and I've been repairing it bit by bit and trying to get back on the road, just working through the whole project, basically encountering issues as I go and just fixing them on the fly, and hopefully in not so long future I will have this car back on the road and driving again. So if that interests you, make sure you check out my other videos, but if not, take care, guys, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.